What's going on, guys? Asian Guy here, bringing you some very exciting news to One Piece Treasure Cruise, the Japan server. We have got the Legend Big Mom batch as well as the Legend BROOK new units. Now, all of these units are pretty damn amazing, and along with it comes with kind of the revitalization of Lucy Sabo V2 the Legend, which is also exciting stuff for someone like me who hasn't been on the game too long and looking forward to a lot of new legends and being able to use a lot of new rare recruits as well to buff up my old legends. So let's get straight into it. Legend Big Mom. Now, Legend Big Mom, she's a strength, powerhouse and driven unit. Powerhouse meaning you can use Zunisha, which will come in handy with her ability. It's going to be a little bit difficult to explain, but I will try my best. Now, her captain ability, her base captain ability, because she has 3 different captain abilities depending on what mode she's in, and I'll get to that. She will boost the attack of strength, dex, quick units by 3.5 times. Yes, a flat 3.5 times, and HP by 1.2 times. She will treat meat. So basically, these are now called Semla orbs when you run Big Mom, but meat orbs will now become a new type of orb called Semura orbs. So she will treat these orbs as beneficial as well. Now, let's get into special very quickly and her sailor abilities, and I will explain her mechanics. Her special will deal 250 times typeless damage to one enemy, changes own orb into strength when she is a captain, will boost the attack and orbs of top rogue units by 2 times for 3 turns, which is pretty damn extreme, and this will make a lot more sense in a moment. When she is a sub, boost her own attack and orb by 2 times for 1 turn, which again is not too bad, but is not that great either. Her sailor ability 1 is plus 350 attack to herself if she's the final hitter. Keep that in mind. Her sailor ability 2 is treats dex quick orbs as beneficial to everyone on the team, I believe. Now, Big Mom. Okay, sorry, that's treats dex quick orbs as beneficial to herself. Just a correction there. That would be way too OP otherwise. So, Big Mom. With the new meat orbs mechanic, when you run Big Mom, either as a friend captain, guest captain, or your own captain, she will now make all meat orbs count as seminar orbs. Now, if you do not consume, or you do consume these orbs, depending on what you do, what decisions you take, it will activate new captain abilities for us. So, the Semla captain, if you do choose to consume one of these new meat orbs, the following turn, after consuming a Semla orb, Big Mom's captain ability will change to a 4 times attack boost, a flat 4 times attack boost to strength, dex and quick units, RIP Legend Lucy, a 1.2 times HP boost that stays the same, and a 15% damage reduction, which is pretty damn thick. You know, that is some real thick mum, I was about to swear there. Thick shizzle going on right there. Now, her Rampage captain. So Rampage activates if you do not consume any Semla orbs for 3 turns in a row. Now, this is probably going to be a little bit difficult because you can consume any of these Semla orbs on any unit on your team and it will count towards her trigger. So if, say you have 4 other Semla orbs on your 4 sub units, if you take any of those ones by mistake, then you're going to basically reset your counter of 3 turns to activate this Rampage captain ability. Now, the Rampage captain ability, big yikes. If this activates, you don't consume Semla orbs for 3 turns, she will boost her own attack. So Big Mom, the very individual unit, will boost her own attack by 10 times. Alright, we've skipped 5 times attack boost, 6 times attack boost, 7, 8, 9. We're on 10 times, and for all strength quick dex units, the other ones on your team will boost their attack by 3.75 times. So this is a real big middle finger to Legend Lucy. It is, however, still very nice because it means all her subs are also very good for Legend Lucy. HP by 1.2 times boost as well. There is no damage reduction on this version of Legend Big Mom. However, with this Big Mom, you cannot actually attack with her manually, so you can't choose who you want to attack with or which specific enemy you want to attack with using this Big Mom. But at the end of the turn, she will automatically attack one random enemy that ignores all defenses. Now, I'm not sure if this goes through barriers, and if it does go through barriers, then this is genuinely so busted. Like, the amount of content she will just be able to absolutely demolish, 100%. 100% will be able to take out anything and anyone. Now, she also cannot be affected by bind and paralysis in this state. So the only example I can think of right now, and this is a very extreme example, is if you mess up on Raid Boa, she will essentially eternally bind your entire crew. However, with Big Mom, if she is in enraged form, That won't affect the two big mums in the top row. You can activate her special. She's going to have a 10. She's basically going to have like what? A 37.5 times attack boost for each big mum individually. Because one big mum will boost the other big mum by 3.75 times and herself by 10 times. So both your big mums will have a 37.5 times attack boost. And for 3 turns if you use the special, well, the big mum now has 75 times attack. That's right, 75 times attack. That's pretty damn insane. And if she has a matching orb, that's 150 times attack. Because she boosts her attack and orbs by 2 times for 3 turns. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Now, just picture that. I know it's hard, but I know many of you have messed up like me on Raid Boa and had your entire team locked up. But this big mum cannot be paralyzed or chained up in this form. So that is quite the scary unit right there. And remember, she's powerhouse and driven. Perfects will be much easier to hit if you use a Zunisha and use a powerhouse Cerebral team. We'll just have to wait and see what kind of teams come out with this legend big meme, because this is quite disgusting. Now, also before I forget, it's important to mention that with Similar Orbs, unlike meat orbs you consume them and you instantly heal. With Similar Orbs, they stack up at the end of the turn and then you heal. Kind of like Legend V2 Law's healing ability. You hit your perfects and then you stack up the amount of whatever you're going to heal. Same as Corazon, and then it comes at the end of the turn, which means the enemy will actually attack you first, then you'll heal. So do keep that in mind. I believe a lot of people are going to mess that up and that will cause them to die. I'm sorry I hit the mic there. But Legend Big Mum, ladies and gentlemen, a very, very disgusting legend. She was briefly or like vaguely leaked by the leaker, the infamous leaker, who is now not infamous and now famous because he did the good deeds for us and leaked some good information. And he was right, 4 times attack boost, very, very disgusting unit. But the leak that we had did not explain to what extent this legend is broken. Now, I personally think very easily she's going to be the best legend by an absolute mile for a long time, until probably like Legend Kaido. Well, maybe not Legend Kaido, until, you know, certain manga characters appear. But other than certain said manga characters, Legend Big Mum is by far going to be like the staple go-to legend for a long time. She's going to be like Nekomamushi, Time Skip Luffy, and Lucy when they all came out. They were like the staple, top tier, top 1 unit for a long time. I cannot wait to see the teams people are going to come out with. I'm just coming back to OPTC. What a great time to come back. I really hope the sugo-fest for this is going to be good. But let's now move on to Legend Brook. Now, Legend Brook, a little bit of a controversial unit. Some people think he's kind of garbage. I personally think he's fantastic. Legend Brook, he's a Dex, Slasher, and Free Spirit type. And before I forget, let's do his Sailor abilities first, because I didn't have space to write it down. His first Sailor ability, I believe, is that he makes meat orbs count as beneficial to the entire crew. And his second Sailor ability is that he's completely immune from paralysis. I may have got that the wrong way around, but either way, you want to max limit break him and get those Sailors anyway. Both of them are fantastic Sailor abilities. Now, his Captain ability is an interesting one. 2.75 times attack to all units at 100% HP. Anything below that, he goes down to a 2 times attack boost to everyone. So kind of like Corazon, it's really not that amazing there for damage wise, but he will cut enemies HP by 10 times at the end of the turn and will automatically revive when you game over once during an adventure. Now, I don't know if you run double Legend Brook if you can revive twice, but basically, when you die, you go down to 0 HP. He will revive you back to full HP, remove all debuffs and all that stuff, because when you revive, I am very experienced in doing that. Back in the good old days, I died a lot to Aokiji and Raid and Nell and whatnot, and I kept reviving. He'll remove the debuffs. I believe when you revive, you also shuffle your orbs as well, so do keep that in mind. But you'll be at full HP once again. Now, I can't personally think how this is going to take on very difficult content. If it can't, I'd be a little bit disappointed, because I would like to honestly see Legend Brook be able to deal with that kind of difficult content. But I can see him destroying forests or being memeing on forests, not necessarily destroying them, but I'll definitely meme through a lot of forests. It's a very interesting animation. I'll leave a link to Japan Uber Alice's video in the description down below if you'd like to go see sprites and animations or whatnot. And his special, now his special is absolutely bellissimo. It will heal 14,343 H3 and reduce H3 HP and reduce damage by 90% for 1 turn, a very nice tanky special there. For 2 turns, all color orbs will be treated as beneficial. If the HP of the enemy with the highest HP value is below 434,300, it will insta-kill all enemies, and if the HP is higher than that, cut HP of all enemies by 20% and delay for 1 turn. So that second half of the special is very similar to the way that Rare Recruit Neptune works, in that it will take the HP of the highest mob and then it will activate a special depending on what that HP threshold is. So if it's below 434,000, insta-kill, which is very nice for Neptune teams in itself. I believe this Legend Brook's cooldown, let me take a quick look, courtesy of Anton Labs, by the way, from the OPTC community. This guy is a beast, not only for OPTC, I believe he did just quit Naruto Blazing, but he was the go-to guy there as well as Koala-san as well, for the insane translations and the speed at which they're releasing all this stuff. So God bless those guys. Can I actually find this? So Legend Brook, his cooldown is only 13. That's very, very low. And all of these units have very, very low cooldowns. Big Mom's cooldown is actually 9, by the way, incidentally, which is pretty damn crazy as well. So yeah, that is Legend Brook, guys. I actually want to know very much what you guys think of this legend. Do you think he's top tier? Do you think he's bad? As a captain, I can already tell that he's not going to be the best in the world, but as a sub, I can imagine he's going to be one of the most wanted subs in the game. If you're like me, you like to run Neptune teams, then you're definitely going to absolutely want to have this unit, because that is absolute meme tier special right there. Captain ability, it's yet to be seen what's going to happen, but I did say jokingly in the Discord that they're probably going to release like a Pedro V2 Colosseum, something along the lines of that, where it's not necessarily Pedro as the Colosseum boss, but if you guys have done Pedro Colosseum, you know after his death he does like 100k damage and basically insta-kills your team. I can imagine that there's going to be some really disgustingly cheesy, gross content where it will have insane amount of damage at the end of the turn, or it will just insta-kill you, and the only way you can get past it is reviving. It will cause insane outrage if that actually happens. Hashtag resilient sockets, although if that kind of gimmick does come through the game, chances are it will go through resilient sockets as well. It will like bypass all defenses and it will just insta-kill you, and you have to use Brook to revive, which will be very lame if that happens, but I will not put it past the OPTC Bandai team to actually do that. Now, moving away from Brook, I think he's going to be a great sub. As a captain, I can imagine him doing a lot of difficult content. I know there are going to be meme lords out there looking to do that. I think he's good for an L6 plus as well as a sub. So very interested to see where he goes. Now, Cracker Rare Recruit. And before we get into Cracker Rare Recruit, and before I forget, can I just say, as always, give the guy doing the artwork for these units a freaking raise. All of these artworks are now like legend tier. Like this Cracker, I'm genuinely surprised that they've done all of these units. Well, I wouldn't say genuinely surprised. A little bit surprised that they didn't make all of the 4 commanders. That's what they're doing here. Well, not necessarily 4 commanders minus Katakuri. They made the commanders rare recruits and not legends instead. So that kind of eliminates the likelihood that there'll ever be a legend in the future. Maybe as a treasure map unit at the most now, or limited rare recruit units, but I don't see them ever being legends ever again now that they've come out as a rare recruit in this batch. That's just how I see it. I know there are exceptions from the past, but I would say they're more like major characters, whereas these are kind of like semi-major characters all under Big Mom as the major title. Now, Cracker Rare Recruit, he is a quick slasher striker unit, 2.75 times attack to strength, dex, quick, and 1.25 times HP boost. Now, his special, when the captain is, I'm going to say SDQ from this point onwards, guys, for strength, dex, quick, because it comes up almost every single time. So when the captain is SDQ, boost the attack and orbs for these colors by 1.75 times. He's a fantastic Lucy sub, fantastic G4 V2 sub, a very, very good sub because of that special. Changes block orbs into matching when the captain is Sile in for 3 turns, boost attack and orbs of SDQ by 1.75 times, and change all orbs into G orbs. Now, I'm not sure what that's for. Maybe that's for Wako. Not entirely sure where the uses for that specifically lie, but it is a very, very good special considering all the specials we've had in the past. His Sailor, he himself will deal 2 times damage to dex enemies. He's a quick type, so he'll basically have neutral damage. And his Sailor ability 2 is that strength, dex, quick units will treat tandem orbs as beneficial. So very, very nice stuff going on indeed right here. So that is Cracker Rare Recruit. A little bit disappointing that he's not a legend, because I really do like that 5-star artwork. I think that could have been the 5-star artwork for the 6-star version. So the uninvolved legend, if Legend Cracker was ever a thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's going to be happening. Daifuku Rare Recruit, he is a quick, powerhouse-driven unit. He'll boost powerhouse by 2.5 times attack and reduce damage by 20%. Nothing too special there. His special will reduce enemies' defense up, end of turn healing, resilience, percent damage reduction, and deal 30 times attack in quick damage to all enemies and changes his own orb into recovery. Now for utility, that is superb. It basically gets rid of almost every single like buff that the enemy can put up, annoying defense related buff that the enemy can put up. And again, his artwork, absolutely beautiful. I really hope these guys do get like limited rare recruits at the least, because they're all top tier characters in terms of strength, other than Smoothie, who literally got butt clapped. Not sure what happened to her, but Daifuku Rare Recruit, that's that. Not really much to say. Sailor Ability 1, plus 75 HP to the crew. Sailor Ability 2, he treats Dex Orbs as beneficial for himself. And moving away from Daifuku, we go on to the bastard, Perospero. I don't like him because of, you know... Feels bad, man. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. R.I.P. Pedro. Striker Cerebral. Not that Cerebral need any more love. I'm never going to get tired of saying that, but he will boost the attack of units with cost 50 and above by 3.5 times, as well as HP and recovery by 1.2 times. So he will not boost himself for any attack, but you could have a team of 4 raid bosses, treasure map mode units, 6+ legends, or just legends themselves, and he'll give them a flat 3.5 times attack boost, which in itself is kind of interesting to me. I don't know. I think that's a decent special, decent captain ability. Honestly, I can see that being useful in several places. If you don't have any major units in your box, that can be quite useful. The special ability for 1 turn will lock orbs and boost the color affinity of strength, dex, quick units by 1.75 times, and reduce all cooldowns by 1 turn and cut the HP of one enemy by 10%. So he's actually very nice as well for Katakuri as well. So that's very, very good there. Sailor Ability 1 reduces 2 turns of special rewind on himself, and Sailor Ability 2 plus 50 attack and HP to crew when captain is strength, dex, or quick. So again, a very solid unit, very, very nice artwork. I would say his 5-star artwork is worthy of legend tier artwork as well. Give the man a raise or give the lady a raise, whichever one it is. They're doing fantastic work there. And last but not least, but in terms of the anime and the manga and power strength, I guess the least, it's Smoothie! Smoothie is a strength, slasher, and free spirit unit. Very, very thick artwork there. I know a lot of guys are going to be happy, and probably a lot of girls too. Captain ability. Boost the attack of units by 3.5 times after good, great, perfect, and heal 500 HP at the end of the turn. Nothing that amazing there, a bit of a G3 meme going on, but the special is pretty decent. Heal 5000 HP, remove all forms of poison, very, very nice, I spelled that as potion. Remove all forms of potion, reduce 2 turns of paralysis, bind, and despair, change adjacent orbs to matching, and move orbs around 3 times. So decent utility there. Now there was a bit of a mistranslation, not exactly sure what she does here, but apparently she reduces 2 turns of some sort of damage, maybe extra damage. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work, but we'll just have to wait and see. Sailor Ability 1 plus 50 attack to top row units, so fantastic for Big Mom. And Sailor Ability 2, if the captain is strength, treats all color orbs as beneficial for herself. Now looking at all of those rare recruits, guys, you can tell already that Big Mom teams are going to be so disgustingly broken. And again, I would like to emphasize that Big Mom legend, her Sailor Ability 1 plus 350 attack to herself. Oh, that's Sailor Ability. Imagine if that wasn't Sailor Ability. But even as a Sailor, she's not bad. She does give herself a big buff there of attack damage and orbs as beneficial to herself. So pretty good as a... Well, I'm not sure what kind of sub she'd work as, because you want to use her as a captain. But you're going to be rocking, when she's in a rage or rampage mode or hungry mode or whatever you want to call it, 37.5 times attack on both Big Moms, and the rest of your team have 3.75 times attack. It's just the bellissimo. If you pull this legend, you're going to be very, very happy. Let's put it that way. You're going to stomp every piece of content in the game, whether you suck at the game or not, because she goes on auto rampage mode, on auto attack mode. That's also going to be very, very nice. So that's pretty much everything. The video is a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I do apologize about that, guys. thank you for watching. Please let me know, please do let me know, especially on Legend Brook and Legend Big Mom, what you guys think. Where would you place them? I myself am going to put Legend Big Mom without hesitation as the best legend in the game right now. When she does appear, she is going to be hands down, by far in my opinion, the best legend. As a captain at the least, not necessarily as a sub, but as a captain, the best legend in the game. Legend Brook will also be, I would say, as a sub, probably around top 5, around that area as a sub. But that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support on the channel. And as I said, guys, I am indeed back to OPTC. Gonna be trying to grind out those 6+ Enel skulls. I can only do the 40 stamina consistently. So that is that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Much love to you guys. And remember to hashtag Danka Bandai always for that good luck. Bellissimo. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.